Welcome back to Court View. Today, we're stepping into a courtroom where love, money, and the internet collide in the messiest way possible. Cassie thought she was building a future with her boyfriend, a joint OnlyFans built on trust, a 50-over-50 deal, and a promise that if she respected the relationship, he'd respect her boundaries. But when a secret sock side hustle appears and emotions explode, that promise shatters. Suddenly, passwords change, profits disappear, and both sides are accusing the other of fraud and betrayal. Was this a business deal gone wrong, or a breakup weaponized through money and control?
This is the case of Brinkman versus Woodson. Ms. Brinkman, you are suing Mr. Woodson for $10,000. You say for fraud because he made money using your OnlyFans page. Is that correct?
Yes.
And the defendant, you say that you own the rights to the work. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. I'll start with you, Ms. Brinkman. Tell the court why you're here.
So basically, I'm suing my ex-boyfriend for fraud because for 2 months, he was using my photos, all my likeness, making all this money, and didn't give me any of the profit. And that wasn't our initial agreement.
All right. So take me back. You guys were in a relationship.
Yes.
How many years?
About 2 years.
So 2 years you were in a relationship.
Yeah.
And how did this OnlyFans thing come up?
Well, I wanted to be a spicy dancer at first, but the agreement was to not do that. So instead of finding,
A spicy dancer.
an exotic dancer, but
So you wanted to be an exotic dancer.
yes, but to respect the relationship, we decided, nah, let's just do this virtually so that I'm not with any customers in person, and then I even invited him on board to even help me with the account and everything. So even he knows what's going on, and it kind of builds some trust and some transparency between us. And I make money, he makes money, vice versa.
So did you all decide together that you would do an OnlyFans page, or you decided I'll do an OnlyFans and asked him if he'd be okay with it?
We decided together. So
You remember that decision, Mr. Woodson?
Yes, it was, she texted me asking about the OnlyFans.
Anybody have that text?
I do.
So when she texted you, your response was,
Man, I wasn't sure about it, and I told her that we can speak more about it when I got home.
all right, so you just threw it out there. Well, what you think about OnlyFans?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And you say, did you have time to think about me starting an OnlyFans? You say, yeah. I've been thinking about it, and I'm not sure if I'm down with the whole lifestyle. And then you said, well, we'd be in it together. It'd be a great source of income. We'd be in this 50-50. You say, okay, tentative yes, but let's chat when I get home. So the yes was tentative. Tentative. So at some point, you all started the OnlyFans page.
Yeah.
Who set up the account?
I did.
You set it up
Yes.
under your name.
I used her name, but as far as setting up a bank account and all that stuff where the money goes to, all the bio information, I did all of
You
that.
added all of that.
Yes.
You did the physical setting up, but the account was in her name because it was her OnlyFans.
Yes.
But you did the work.
Yes.
Did the bank account that the funds deposited into, was that her account alone, or was that a joint account between you and Ms. Brink?
It was actually my own account, but I would send her cut every month.
It was in her name, but the bank account information was yours.
Yes.
Then you would send her, did you go with the 50-50 split?
I actually have evidence of
Let me see that. So you went with the 50-50 split, and every month when y'all get paid, you'd send 50% to her.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, and y'all even did a little agreement on a piece of paper. We had agreed to co-run, and you put the name of your account and split it 50-50. You signed it. These are your signatures. All right. And then here are your payments you made to her. 1 month was $2,000. Consistently for 5 months. You were in your business. Yes. And on this OnlyFans, I'm scared to ask, but what were you doing on there?
Selling my feetsies.
Oh, pictures of your feet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. And I've actually read that before. People are into feet.
Yeah, if you have really nice feet, they can sell.
So you would show your feet,
Mhm.
and you guys were collecting money. Well, it seems like you all were making a lot of extra income. You didn't have to take your clothes off. You just had to take your shoes off. So how did this go wrong?
He didn't like it, stopped it for a second. The agreement was that if I'm in, then he's in. But if I'm out, he's out. But he continued it. So
Now, I read the little paper. It doesn't say that. So you drink the coffee. What happens?
The coffee wasn't very good. Well, okay, so I'd start drinking the coffee and then she starts laughing. And she's like,
Your Honor, I was not laughing.
according to him, I had decided to sell my socks on the side on a separate account, not an OnlyFans account, just like a separate Etsy, Shopify type shop. And using those same customers,
that I helped build.
that's how I sold my socks. And about 2 months in, when I was like finally getting some revenue, I had told him about it and he didn't like it. So he broke up with me when it wasn't his business in the first place. But he broke up with me. And then I had decided to kind of step away for a little bit, take a break from the OnlyFans, because if our relationship has issues, that means our business is going to have issues. So I stepped away.
Not necessarily, but if you're not mature enough to do both.
Right. He didn't like it, stopped it for a second. The agreement was that if I'm in, then he's in. But if I'm out, he's out. Like it's 50-50, but he continued it. So,
Now, I read the little paper. It doesn't say that.
well, isn't that what a 50-50 agreement is, though?
No,
So,
50-50 split in profits. You specifically said OnlyFans page and split the profits 50-50.
If I agree to step away, that means he still steps away too.
Why?
That wasn't in the agreement.
It's not in the agreement, but that's not you. So you can't make money pretending to be me, whether it's photos that were taken beforehand or afterhand. It don't make sense.
But my point is, what if you never posted another photo, but the account generated another $100 a month just from new people jumping on?
Then I feel like we can still split that profit, but he's pretending to be me though. He was selling like my socks that I left at his apartment after we broke up.
I asked her to come pick it up. She never came back. She said I can throw it in the trash. So I saw a revenue stream.
That's
Wait a
pretending
minute.
to be me.
So I want to understand this because I actually, from the testimony, can understand what both of you all intended. Did you say, hey, just understanding, we're going to do a joint venture, and then if we want to do our own independent things outside of that, we're okay? Did you have that understanding? Did you say that expressly?
Yes.
Did she say that expressly, Mr. Woodson?
No, she didn't.
So what was your understanding?
So when I found out she was selling her socks on the Etsy shop, I felt betrayed. The sock venture was a byproduct of the OnlyFans. So again, my work being used somewhere else and I'm not getting paid for. That's like my whole art.
Was she like putting the socks on the OnlyFans and showing people take socks off, but then selling the socks on the Etsy page? Were there any socks on your OnlyFans page before you all broke up?
No.
And then was there any picture of the socks?
Just feet.
Did she ever say to you, hey, I really think I want to start an additional business?
She brought it up briefly, but I just wasn't trying to.
So once you found that out, you felt betrayed. What did you do?
I broke it off. I felt kind of bad and I didn't want to be with her anymore.
You felt betrayed. You felt like you went out and made some money without me. I don't like that because you convinced me to do the OnlyFans page. I finally agreed. I set up everything for you. We're doing fine. We're doing 50-50. Now you want to go make extra money. And is it so much that she went to make the extra money, or is it that she didn't tell you?
It's more that she didn't tell me.
Right.
I told him, hey, I've been selling socks for about 2 months.
But you did it for 60 days before you told him.
Yes. I was still going to tell him. I wasn't going to not tell him that I was selling socks on the side.
Okay. Were you going to tell him, and were you going to split any portion of those profits with him?
I had no intention of splitting it.
All right. So you had no intentions of splitting the profit. So I'm seeing how much money here. There is a graph that shows how much money was made on this OnlyFans.
Judge Lake reveals $8,500 made after Cassie was locked out of her own page. Shan didn't just keep the account running. He kept the money flowing into a bank account she couldn't touch. Legally, that's the problem. They had a written 50/50 agreement tied to her name and her image, and he unilaterally cut her out when feelings got hurt. Emotionally, it's even deeper. This isn't just profit, it's payback disguised as business. And the court is not buying it.
November and December, you all made $8,500 together, or was this the socks?
November, December is what he decided to do without me.
Oh, so for November, December on the OnlyFans page, you made $8,500.
Yes, I logged her out of the OnlyFans
He
account.
changed the password and everything.
Oh, you got real mad.
Yeah.
Are you posting pictures of other people's feet pretending to be her, or are you just posting more pictures that you've taken, but she just is no longer, doesn't have access to the account?
That's correct. I'm just using all the pictures I've taken in the past and just basically.
So he's like,
All right, I've heard enough.
content.
You all agreed to operate an OnlyFans together. You didn't agree how you were going to get out of that if you all fell out. That's the problem. The thing is, Mr. Woodson, just because you get mad that she starts another venture where you decide she's betrayed you and hasn't included you, which I agree, it was a little bit shady. However, you can't change the passcode and collect the profits on something you all agreed to split 50-50. You did not agree to do the sock business. You did not advertise or offshoot this business on the OnlyFans page. It's something she started on her own. And Ms. Brinklin, I hope that what you've made off of these socks, right, what you've gained is worth what you lost in a relationship. Because at the end of the day, if he decides he doesn't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, that's fine. But you cannot take the 50% of the profits that were made and keep them from her. So it has been determined by this court, judgment for the plaintiff for half of the $8,500 that was made on OnlyFans, that is $4,250. Court is adjourned.
The judge orders Shan to pay Cassie $4,250, returning her half of the OnlyFans profits. At the end of the day, the court stripped away the drama and looked at the deal. Her name, her likeness, a signed 50/50 agreement. You can't change the password on someone's future just because your feelings got hurt. This case is a reminder that when love and money mix, contracts matter even more because breakups don't erase what you owe. So what do you think? Was Cassie wrong for hiding the sock side hustle, or was Shan way out of line for locking her out and keeping the cash? And would you ever go into a money-making venture with your partner? After seeing this, a friend brings exotic coffee on a hike, kopi luwak, made from beans the animals ingest, and the tasting goes horribly wrong. Two women, a joke that wasn't funny, an allergy, and a hike that ends in urgent care. What happens when cultural curiosity turns into real harm?
This is the case of Crawford versus White. Ms. Crawford, you are suing Ms. White for $375 for getting sick from coffee you say the defendant made. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
The defendant, Ms. White, you say that the plaintiff didn't get sick from the coffee.
That's correct.
All right, I want to start with the plaintiff. How did this happen?
Miss White and I used to be coworkers, and then we became friends that hiked together and had coffee together. And so we've been doing this for a couple of years. She got this coffee on Bali, and I couldn't go to Bali, so she was trying to recreate the experience she had hiking. We got up really, really early, and we climbed this really steep mountain. And when we got to the top, she was talking all about this food. She was bringing like luwak and monkey bread and how the coffee was so good. But she never told me how the coffee was made. But I tried a little bit of everything because she brought it, and it was a special occasion,
What was the special occasion?
The special occasion is that we were sort of recreating her trip, her spiritual.
It was an experience that she was recreating for you.
Exactly.
All right.
Yeah.
So you drink the coffee. What happens?
The coffee wasn't very good. Well, okay, so I start drinking the coffee, and then she starts laughing. And she's like,
Your Honor, I was not laughing, okay? I was actually reminiscing on, like, when I first experienced it, I saw in her face how she was experiencing it. And
what is it about this coffee? Tell me about this coffee. I'm not a coffee drinker, but what was the big thing about this coffee?
So the name of this coffee is called kopi luwak, and the way it's produced is these civet cats in Bali eat the coffee beans, and then they poop them out.
Were you aware that she was allergic to cats?
I was aware that she's allergic to cats, but not coffee. That's kind of our MO. If I can please give you this
All
diagram.
righty.
Okay,
Yes,
so look
I'd
at
like
it.
to see that.
Yes.
Evidence. So the cats eat the coffee, then they
Poop it out. And through this fermentation process, the coffee is made. People pay hundreds of dollars for
she
this
thinks it was good
coffee.
coffee because it's expensive.
the digestive enzymes inside the cat So then the workers handpick the coffee beans out of the poop and wash, dry, and roast them.
That's right, Your Honor.
And they have a smooth, distinctive flavor. People really ain't got enough to do.
Right.
I don't even understand why do we need the cat to eat the coffee and then poop it out and then pick it out and then clearly people need some more to do. But okay, and I believe you. You had the coffee when you were in Bali.
That's right.
When you first drank the coffee, what did you feel like?
I kind of was taken aback a little bit, but then I thought, well, we're in Bali, so I'm going to do as the Balinese do. I wouldn't have traded it for the world.
After you drank the coffee, Miss Crawford, what did you feel like immediately?
I started throwing up.
As soon as you drank it?
I was starting to drink the coffee. Then she started laughing and told me. And I also started throwing up at the same time. And I got really upset with her because she knows that I have had a lot of issues before. I had to be hospitalized with stomach issues. And I am also allergic to cats. After I started throwing up, I was afraid that I was going to have a terrible allergy situation in my stomach. And so I had to go to urgent care.
So you paid $150 at emergency, and then your pharmacy bill was $25 for the drugs, and then $200 for your hiking shirt and your pants.
Yes.
Because what happened?
I couldn't get the vomit smell out of it or the stain.
Miss White, were you aware that she was allergic to cats?
I was aware that she's allergic to cats, but not coffee. That's kind of our MO. We hike and we drink coffee.
Seeing as though you had the knowledge that Miss Crawford was allergic to cats, I do think it is very irresponsible of you to have her drink something that in some way came from cats. I don't think you meant any harm, but you caused harm. It doesn't always have to be intentional. Judgment for the plaintiff for $375. I hope your friendship can withstand this. And I hope at some point you all will sit down as grown women and just work through this issue instead of having to come to court to resolve things that you could easily have resolved between the two of you. Court is adjourned.
This case is a tiny, sharp lesson. Curiosity has costs when you don't disclose risks, and knowing someone's allergies matters more than showing off an exotic souvenir. Would you try something like this on a hike? Would you call out a friend who handed you something risky? If this hit you, subscribe to Court View.